Hello, welcome back in Korpi. As you see, we nearly took down the entire um, something is going wrong here. Well, that tree is pretty heavy, that might be the problem. We better cut it. But we nearly finished our tree island. Cutting our tree island. That's what I wanted to say. We already nearly got a trailer full. What I did here, I dragged all the trees out of this area, so we don't have to drive through here with the tractor and the trailer, because we keep hitting stumps. That really is a nuisance, and it works pretty good with this machine to collect the trees a bit along the edges of this little forest. Well, what it was. I'm going to place this machine in our top forestry area. As you can see here, I cut all the little trees and I only left the big ones to be sold to the sawmill, just for the cash. I don't have a lot of money at the moment. There we go, this is a good spot, because I think I might cultivate this part first, get the stumps grinded down and cultivate it. Even so, this part in the middle, so we have a nice big field the next month or even later. I was in a hurry before to get this field all prepped and ready, but I had a look on the calendar, and soybeans is a crop which can be sown pretty late, or drilled pretty late, so we might do that. I did talk about soybeans before, I think it was last year, and we didn't do it then, because the only downside of soybeans is that the highest price of soybeans is usually very late, the next summer. Most of the crops can be sold in December, because the price is then absolutely top, except for soybeans. They better be sold in, I think it was this time of the year, maybe even a little bit later. So I hope I get 3 loads of wood here. We're going to sell this, because I do think that these big pine trees make very good money, and that's why we just sell them to the sawmill, get money straight away, and then the little trees we use them for our pellet production, because I don't think that makes a difference what kind of wood you use to produce the pellets. they at the end they make the same price anyway. So it is pretty good. I was going to say this tractor makes it a lot easier to get a full load because it's a little bit bigger and the frontal loader is a 7M and the other one was a 3M, so that does make a difference. But I do stop loading here because these trees are pretty heavy and I don't want to tip it over or lose anything here, just because it takes a lot of time to get back on the wheels or repairs. No, I'm not supposed to go through there, although the tree stumps are gone there, so I could have done that. But anyway, I'll see you at the shop, see how such a big price we're gonna get for this load. Well, plenty of horsepower here. Tractor is doing very well. Got a lot of hours on it, so the repair might go down a little bit fast, but the other one had about 40 hours as well, and the repair thingy is down quite a bit now, but that might be the frontal loader or the wood clamp. Well, let's see how much we can make of the big points. Nearly 14,000, which is a pretty good average load, I would say. So let's get another one. Well, here we go with the second load, and I'm not sure if it's a smart move, but I filled this trailer pretty much. But now I've got all the trees removed from our lands, so we might try to find a worker to do the stump grinding and cultivating. We do it in one go. So I'll see you at the shop. It is a pretty big load. It was pretty heavy too. I really got to take it easy with this one. But that's okay, of course. I do have to drive into the trigger. Oh, well. That looks good. Don't demolish the gutter. Nice, 16.6. That's pretty good. So that's over 30,000 for 2 loads. Well, at least we got some cash in the bank again. Well, we are here. I didn't check the second hand. Did I? Yes, I do recall seeing this car, but I'm not going to spend money on that. It is maybe very handy, but well, we just don't have time to drive a car. We are working the tractor all the time, so I'm going back to the farm. I do have to remember that next month in April the price for wool is at its best. No, I've done that before. Well, I could leave the grab here, I suppose. I don't really need it. Wrong. Wrong key. What are we doing? Yes, I did get rid of it. I do get lost sometimes on the keyboard, all the different functions and keys to press to get things working and all that. But I do remember I left the stump grinder here, and I'm a little bit disappointed that the cultivator is not here. That's a bit of a pity. Well, we might get another tractor to do that job. How did we do this? Like, well, for the main part, this is already cultivated, of course. Well, sometimes it flies like anything. Only with the PTO running, it doesn't like to drive backwards, this tractor. So the best is to switch it off all the time, and then we drive back, and then we find the next stump. And I have to get those little bits and pieces, because I do like to have workers on the fields. Go on, get them. Good one. And they sometimes get very confused if there are little bits and pieces laying around. And we were talking about cutting down these few trees as well, didn't we? They are a little bit in the way now. Do we have time to cut down these 4 trees? Here we did get all the stumps, didn't we? Look at this path. We can extend the field a fair bit. Yes, we better get our tree cutter over here and finish off this part as well as first, I was going to say. Look at this. I did found somebody to do this job. I'm not sure if he's going to do a good job, but because it's his first time, can't blame him. But we just keep an eye on him. I will cut those trees, the last big trees in front of this field, and we just keep an eye on this one here. Yes, well, it's going all right. Oh, I do see stones. That's one thing I was forgetting. I do have to do some serious stone picking here. I did mention doing it this year, didn't I? Well, we're getting close to affording one. If we sell one more load of trees, we might be able to buy one. Well, I'll let this worker do his thing. We go and do some forestry. Here we go. Yes, I can say that this machine is our money maker on korpi. We can cut quite some trees in one day. Yes, and then I like to make it a little bit wider here by cutting, I think, this little tree. I do like to get a full load, of course. Get this big tree. Unbelievable, isn't it? How quick this machine is. Can we cut this tree? Yes, of course. I like to keep these trees sitting here because, well, I don't want to clear the whole map. What am I doing? Thank you. Sometimes I get a little bit confused because I do want to grab this little tree and then we can plow along these trees here. Because I like to make part of this grass field a part of our soybean fields, because well, it's getting too much of nuisance to cut this grass because of the shape. It takes quite some time to get it all in the bow, because you have to work the fields quite a few times. I'm just wondering, that tree might be our neighbor's tree. I'm not sure. It usually says you're not allowed. It doesn't say no. No. Maybe this tree. I might check it with our chainsaw. Always got my chainsaw. There you go. So that's the border. So we leave it by this. We go into the fields, see how our worker is doing, because we have to get that tractor bed back to load these trees. Yes, I do think I have about a load here. Whoa! I didn't do that on purpose. So we better fetch the trailer and from the loader again. And back again. Well, I just placed it in the middle here because got bits and pieces laying everywhere. Then we just have to drive maybe a little bit more. Yes. So it might be a good idea. I don't know actually. Well, the productions are still doing pretty good. So we don't have to look at that for another day at least. So yes, the focus is on the field work. As soon as we are finished here, I really hope I can make enough money to get a stone picker. It's not very smart, of course, this, but I just keep trying. Well, just let me struggle with this for a while and you'll see me back when the trailer is fully loaded. I better give them a push at the front. Yes, well, it looks like I've got them all. Still a pretty good load. I leave my precious machine in the trees there because I have plans to buy, well, when I buy a plot, to buy that plot because it's absolutely full of trees that will keep our productions going for, I would say, 2.5 to 3, maybe 3.5 years. Yes, so that would be pretty good. Give us a job for the winter time, and then we do the farming in the summertime. So this will be the last forest tree. Well, I'm not sure, because we did buy the plot of land behind our factory because we accidentally built part of the big shed on our neighbor's land, so we had to buy it. And that also means that we own that little forestry island in these fields. So if we do have time between drilling and harvest, we might cut those trees and we can make a nice field out of this plot as well. and plant something in the autumn, like wheat or barley, but that's going to be quite some time yet, and a lot of work. So I'm not going to make a promise there. Let's sell this load first, and then we have a look what a stone picker costs. And I don't have plans to buy a small one. Nice. Let's see how much money we made here. Nearly 15,000. Well, I'm pretty sure that will not be enough. I had to go the other way, didn't I? To go to the shop. Well, we can check the prices here as well, of course. Stone picker. Where are the stone pickers? I completely lost the stone pickers. I see the rollers, the spaders, the weeders. There we go. I'm talking about 64,000. Well, we are going to borrow some money here. As you can see, we have no loan here whatsoever. So we will borrow some land and then we buy the wood, the stone picker. Well, here we are. We already bought it, 64,000 with the white tires, of course. And we're going to grab this tractor because it does require quite some horsepower, and I do think we need at least this tractor. So let's run down, pick up the stone picker, and you'll see me in the fields. Well, I found out that this tractor does not like to do the stump grinding and tow the cultivator as well. So we have to make it 2 jobs. The worker didn't do a terrible lot here because he was struggling with that. So I'm going to do this myself. Then I'm going to cultivate. But I do have to cultivate the entire field. Otherwise the stone packing will not work. So I do think, well, it's 7 o'clock in the evening. Yes, it's going to be late tonight, that's for sure. But I really want to make a good start because we have to look after our productions. We're going to sell wool next month, and yes, I do think the stone picking is going to take a lot of time because there are heaps and heaps of stones in this field, and it is becoming a very big field. So yes, I do think we just keep going until midnight, and then we might start a little bit later tomorrow. So I just get stuck into this a bit, and you'll see me later when it's dark, and then we call it a day, but not yet. And yes, we are finally stone picking. I've been talking about it for quite some time, but I finally did buy one. And I borrowed a little bit extra money and bought a strong built trailer to put the stones in, because I was expecting a lot of stones here, and well, I better don't wreck our grain trailer with stones. So that's why. And I've just run up and down with the shop with this GCB, because I had to give the guy with the cultivator a bit of a head start. He is on his way now. Where is he? Hello? Oh, there he is. And here's our trailer, by the way. So, like I said, we're going to work here until late, and then you will see me next time.